Hey for Everleys, it's Maddie and Everly. Today I am going to be retelling my story because I was going through my videos, kind of just rewatching them. I started my channel around 4 months ago, and honestly I think I've really grown as a person since then. Having a baby will do that to you. My first video was me telling my story about being 14 and pregnant, and it was the video with the most views because it blew up, but I was just thinking to myself, this is not great content. I'm so awkward here. Like, I need to go back and retell this because I am so dull. I'm like not giving all the details. I just did not like how it turned out at all. I just kind of wanted to go back and touch on this subject once again. If you don't know who I am Maddie Lambert, and this is my daughter Everly Joy. I got pregnant with her when I had just turned 14, and now I am 15 years old and she is 8 months old. Let's start with the part you're all here for, my story. When I was 14 years old, I was dating this guy. His name was Isaac, and he was my first real boyfriend. Me and him dated for about 5 or 6 months. Don't remember the exact time frame. We were teenagers, we were dumb, we weren't thinking of consequences, and obviously stuff happened. We ended up breaking up in May. I remember it exactly, so I'm pretty sure it was my sister's birthday. Well, he was the one who broke up with me because we were going to different high schools, it was summer, and things were just changing. I had started missing my period about 2 months before we broke up, and I never really said anything. I just kind of brushed it off, you know, because I was just too scared, and I've had irregular periods before, so I was just kind of like, okay. I never got my period. And I never really, like, told my mom that I was missing it or anything. I look up to my mom, she's like my best friend, so I didn't want her to be disappointed in me. A couple weeks after me and him broke up, I had been really sick, like throwing up all the time. And I actually had a stomach virus. Like, my whole family had a stomach virus, so I thought I had just gotten like a nasty version of it, so I was still sick. She took me to the doctor and they drew my blood and they ran some tests. When they called my mom back, we were on this little vacation, and she went in the other room to talk to the doctor, and I had just like sat down on this little chair. I remember Snapchatting my best friend and telling him, hey, she's about to find out, I know it. Like, and then I remember saying, hey, I'm giving you my password right now. Keep my streaks for me because I'm going to be grounded for friggin' life. So my mom called me into the room, and it was just like this little, I think it was a 1-bedroom little place we were staying in. It was on the lake, and the first thing she said was, I just got off the phone with the doctor. He says you're at least, like, I think it was 10 or 12 weeks pregnant. And my initial reaction was to have a literal mental breakdown. I was so scared because, like, I feel like everything seemed so real now that she knew, because I had only told, like, 1 or 2 friends that I thought I was, and it was just kind of like my own little secret, you know? And since nobody knew, it didn't seem real. And I had not gained any weight. I will put in a picture right here of what I looked like at 12 weeks pregnant. I was still really skinny because the morning sickness was so bad that I couldn't eat. I lost about 10 pounds. I was just crying to her, and I was just saying, I'm so sorry, please don't hate me. Like, she said, Maddie, it's gonna be okay. I love babies. We can get through this. You're a strong girl. We can't go back and change the past. We've got to embrace the future. Pretty sure this is like exactly what I said in my last video, but you know, that's what happened. So we were actually leaving, as she found out, leaving the vacation, our vacation. It was only like an hour ride back home, so we all got in the car. None of my siblings knew except for my stepdad. Well, my stepdad's not my siblings. He was the only person that knew, and we were driving home. We took 2 cars, so it was just me and my mom in the car. All the other kids were in the car with my stepdad. I was just talking to her about it. I was so scared, and we were just having like a heart-to-heart. And she says, Maddie, you need to tell Isaac. She knew that was the only guy it could be, because After me and him broke up, I literally was so depressed and so sick that I didn't even leave the house. So unless a ghost came in and impregnated me in my sleep without me knowing, it's him. So I Snapchatted him. And I said, hey, I need to talk to you. Are you alone? It's important. So I told him that I was pregnant over Snapchat. When I first told him, he thought I was joking. He called my mom and he was like, Maddie says she's pregnant. Is that true? And my mom just started cracking up because he sounded like he was freaking out. And he's like, okay, you're joking. You're laughing, so you're joking. But we weren't joking. And we said, okay, so we're going to the hospital tonight, get everything checked out because I had no prenatal care. And I would send him a sonogram when I got to the hospital. And they did the sonogram. When I got to the hospital, they took me in for a sonogram. And when I looked over at the little sonogram screen, they said they can't tell us anything in that room because it was like, I don't know. But I heard her heart beating. At 12 weeks, she had a little heartbeat. Sounded like ocean waves. It was so cute. I looked over and I remember I just saw, oh my gosh, she moves a lot more than she did in the sonogram now, but I just saw her cradled up like this, just kicking her feet and moving her arms. A little crazy girl, even in the womb. At that moment, I feel like a huge weight was lifted off my chest because I was so scared for everything. And then I saw her and I just knew this was meant to be. It's gonna be okay. I'm gonna have this baby and she's gonna be the best thing that's ever happened to me, which is true. But the whole pregnancy, it was excruciating because I had morning sickness for about 5 months, all day, all night. It wasn't just morning, it was like, and it actually cut into my second trimester, which was horrible. I remember not being able to leave my room. I could barely eat. It was just the worst thing. I would have these headaches and it just felt like there was knives being stabbed into my head from all different directions. And it was terrible. All I did was sleep. During my pregnancy, I had a few complications. Her weight was low, so she was weighing low for the amount of weeks I was. And then they thought she had a problem with her heart. And at that time, everybody had known I was pregnant. I kind of announced it everywhere. I got a ton of support from my friends and family. Of course, I got a few, like, people would send me the address to the Planned Parenthood clinics and they would call me all sorts of names. But I posted something on my Snapchat. I'm like, guys, please send prayers for Everly. Like, there might be something wrong with her heart. Because the sonogram person said that there was an abnormality, so I had to go to a specialist once again. Because I already had to go to one for the fact that she had, well, the fact that I was 14 at the time, and to the fact that she had, oh, weight. Like, she was measuring under, like, not big enough. We went over there, and it turned out everything was fine with her heart, thank God, but honestly, I think it was the prayers, because the person who was doing the sonogram was so sure. And then the next person was like, I don't see anything wrong with her heart. So that was amazing. And then fast forward about 3 months later, I gave birth to a healthy baby girl. I was induced at 39.5 weeks, I'm pretty sure. I got an epidural and honestly, it was a painful yet rewarding experience. Cause like, once I had her, like, all the pain kind of just, like, went away. I had an epidural, so I couldn't feel anything. I got my epidural at 3 centimeters because I am a wuss. Mom's a wuss. After I gave birth, they put her on my chest, and the first thing she did was poop. Thanks, Ev. And then I remember them taking her over to another place. And, like, they were, like, calling nurses and they're like, code this. Like, I don't remember what code, obviously, because I was, like, freaking out. And they were bringing nurses everywhere. And I remember saying, is she gonna live? I had been told that so many things could go wrong in a teen pregnancy. When they had her over there, they were trying to deliver my placenta. If you don't know what that is, don't look it up. It's disgusting. They were, like, trying to get it out. I'm like, if I push, would that just be easier? And they said, all right. So I pushed. And I swear to God, it felt like I birthed a huge freaking ball of fat. It just felt like something was wrong. And apparently I was bleeding out. And they fixed it somehow. Don't know how. But thank you, Dr. Arnold, if you're watching this, for helping me not bleed out or whatever was happening to me. As they were stitching me up, I ripped, so that's why they were stitching me up. I was handed a beautiful little baby, a 6-pound baby who is 18.5 inches, and they laid her on my chest, and the first thing she tried to do was nurse, which I think that instinct is so cool. She was so little, even though she was full term. She did not have to stay in the NICU. She didn't have jaundice or anything like that. She was perfectly healthy, as they could tell. She was just a little bit small. She got to go home on time, and I remember she was the sweetest newborn ever. Gosh. I spent every moment with her. I remember I would just stay awake all night just watching her sleep. Fast forward about 8 months. Here we are now. I am 15 now. She is 8 months old now. And she is the best thing that's ever happened to me. She helped me become a better person. I was so bitter. I was just mad at the world at the time. And she just came into my life and saved me from so many things. So many things. I am not like encouraging teenage pregnancy, I'm just supporting it. If you are a teenager and you're like, oh my gosh, I want to have a baby. No, you don't. You want to wait like until you're happily married and financially stable. So having her, it was like I was just going down the wrong road, but she turned me around. I know getting pregnant and at 14 and being a mom at 15, especially a single mom, because I don't know if I've mentioned this already, but her dad is not in the picture as of now, and obviously I don't have a problem with that because more baby time for me, more love and affection for mama. She makes me so happy. I don't think I've had a bad day since I've had her. And just because I'm 15 doesn't mean I'm not capable of being a mom. Because okay, so I'm basically a stay-at-home mom because I don't work and I do online school. So I'm with her like literally 24/7. I don't go out and she's taken care of, as you can tell. And it's not like a lot of people assume that my mom's the one taking care of her, but she's not. Like, my mom has 5 kids, including me. One of them that is a rascal at 3 years old. So she would not be able to, even if she wanted to. This is all my work, and all this fat is from 8 months of exclusive breastfeeding from mama. I'm mama if you didn't notice. Mom. Yeah? Look at the camera. Say cheese. She is the little love of my life, and I would not go back in time if I could. Basically, what I wanted this video to be is me kind of updating my story because I did not like my first video. If you haven't noticed, I'm not gonna like go delete it or anything because I think my channel shows my growth. And honestly, I think in these 4 months, I have grown so much. So I just kind of wanted to update y'all on things. Something I get asked about a lot is her dad. I actually have a video about that, but we go to court this month. He says he wants to be in her life after the paternity test. Right now, all I hear is talk. When it happens, I'll believe it. Like, I've got to see it to believe it, you know? Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope y'all enjoy this little update. Make sure you like this video and subscribe. My social medias and her social media will be in the description below as always. So I will see you guys on Monday. Bye. Say bye for Everleys. Say bye.